Caitlin and welcome to my channel. So it is currently the first full week of August, and as a swiftie, it is a huge deal to me because it reminds me of one of my favorite songs from my favorite albums, August from Folklore. So for today's video, I'm going to be celebrating August, folklore, and just all things Taylor Swift. I have actually done a video like this before. I did one last year and it was so much fun. That one spanned over an entire week. This is only going to be one day though. So the first thing I need to do is put on my cardigan because the cardigan, you know the one, is from like the folklore rollout. And I actually got an official cardigan last year and love it so much and I'm so excited to finally be breaking it out again. It's like kind of starting to get cooler where I live, which is honestly a little absurd seeing as we're like still in summer, but I'm gonna take full advantage of it and wear the cardigan today. I'm currently wearing this shirt that I actually found at a thrift store. It's from Lovebug Apparel and it's literally just like the fearless heart hands and some bracelets on the side. And I think this is a 13 on the hand as well. I just thought it was so cute and so sweet. And again, a thrift find. So like absolutely insane and I love it. But yeah, I am going to get changed into the cardigan and hopefully make a cute outfit with it. And then I guess I will give you an update as soon as I'm done with that. So see you in a second. All right, so I have officially changed into the cardigan. I absolutely love this cardigan. It is like probably my favorite piece of merch I own. And honestly, maybe like my favorite piece of clothing, period, that I own. It's just so comfortable and so nice. And it has such a fun meaning to me. And like, if you're a swiftie, obviously you get it. But even if you're not a swiftie, I think it's just like such a cute cardigan and would be like so fun to wear even if you like don't really get it. Anyway, I ended up going with a like pretty simple outfit. I have a black tank top going on underneath and I'm wearing a pair of jeans. You can't really see, but there's a hole in it right here. It's on purpose, but there is like a singular hole, you know, for some air circulation. I'm also wearing my Taylor Swift bracelet that I got, I think 2 Christmases ago now. Was it only last Christmas? And I am also wearing this necklace. It's not official Taylor Swift merch, but it is like the fearless heart hands. And I love it. Let's see. I don't think I've actually given you a rundown of like everything I'm trying to do today. So I guess I could start with that. I am getting all dressed up because I'm actually going to go to a coffee shop and order what is allegedly Taylor Swift's favorite drink, which is, again, allegedly a caramel non-fat latte. I'm honestly not sure if I'll do non-fat because I don't know if the place I'm going to does that, but I did specifically look at this cafe online to make sure they have lattes because I actually went to a cafe last year to do this and then I'm pretty sure they didn't even have lattes, which is insane because it's a coffee shop, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get a caramel latte somewhere if it is the last thing I do. And I'm going to be streaming folklore all day, obviously. I'm also going to be reading while I'm at the cafe because I read somewhere online that reading is one of Taylor Swift's favorite like hobbies or whatever, and same. So actually, the book I'm reading is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I love Holly Jackson so much. She might be one of my like favorite authors, and I am currently 75% into this book, or 75% done with this book. So depending on like how I'm feeling, depending on how quickly the book goes, I'm either going to stay and read until I finish this book or until my next stop opens. Which isn't gonna make sense until later when I'm actually explaining what my next stop is, but I don't want to give away too much, you know, I want to keep some things a surprise. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna be heading out to the cafe now, and I guess I'll give you an update after that. All right, so I am officially done at the cafe. I ended up streaming up until like the end of, I think, Exile while I was on the drive over to the cafe. And Folklore is just so good. Like, every time I listen to it, it feels like I'm listening to it for the first time again. And it's just such a perfect album. Oh my god. I could talk for hours, truthfully. I could. But I won't. I did end up staying until I finished my book. And oh my god. Oh my god. Like, it's so good. This will definitely be getting 5 stars. I am constantly impressed by Holly Jackson's, like, writing abilities and the plot twists she puts in, and just, like, oh my god, like, I've never read a concept like this before, and I was devastated, and it was so sad, but it was so good. I loved it. It was so good. I will be definitely writing a review about this book, absolutely raving about it, because oh my god. But now that I am done at the cafe, I am going to be moving on to my next location, which is actually a thrift store. I saw somewhere online that one of Taylor Swift's like favorite hobbies, or like one of her hobbies just in general, is antiquing. And I don't know about antiquing. I'm not great about like finding really good brands, but I do know about thrifting, and I do love thrifting. I mean, my last video before this was literally about thrifting, which kind of makes me like question if I should go thrifting. But honestly, if I don't have like an insane haul, that's totally fine. I'm probably gonna end up only going to one thrift store for this video, because I went to so many thrift stores in the last one. But like I said, if I don't find anything, it is what it is. That's kind of part of the gamble when it comes to thrifting, and I guess antiquing as well, is that you don't always find something. And that's okay. All that to say, the next location is thrifting. I guess once I get home, I will give you a bit of a haul, and then I will tell you what I'm doing next. Okay, so I am now home from thrifting, and I did end up finding a couple of things. Very happy with my haul. It's a bit of a smaller haul, but I love it nonetheless. So let me give you a quick rundown of everything I found. So first of all, at this specific Goodwill, I walked in, and the first thing I noticed was that behind the counter, there was this entire wall of Funko Pops. If you know anything about me, if you've like watched my room tour or any of my past couple of videos where I'm like buying things, you know that I am collecting Funko Pops, or like I'm collecting ones specifically that like have an emotional meaning to me. And I was just absolutely blown away by the selection. I mean, there were Marvel characters, there were DC characters, I think there was some Star Wars stuff. And it wasn't like a bunch of old ones either. It was a lot of new ones. And I did end up getting one of them. I got Miss Marvel because she is so precious. I mean, she's literally just like a fangirl, and I can relate to that deeply. So I knew that I wanted to get her and take her home. Next, I found this super cute mug. It's just got some hearts on it. And if you know me, or if you've like seen my bed sheets before, you know that I am obsessed with a little heart pattern. And on the inside, it says, "Love you." Isn't that so cute? I love it. Next, I was looking at the books, and I found 2 books today. I found The Scarlet Letter, which is actually a book that I read when I was in high school. And it was one of the, well, I was gonna say it was one of the few books that I read in high school that I actually liked, but I feel like once I got to high school, I did actually genuinely start liking the books that we had to read, but I didn't have a copy of The Scarlet Letter, and now I do, and I'm very happy. And then, this was honestly kind of an insane find to me, because despite the fact that this show, I think, ended like 10 years ago, the fandom is still so active, and there's still like new content coming out to this day. So when I found the Gravity Falls journal, my jaw dropped. And believe it or not, there were actually 2. And I got one of them. And I'm so happy because I've low-key always wanted to get this book, but it's like kind of expensive. So I never got around to it, but I am obsessed with this show. I love this show so much, and now I get to like display it and have like, it can be a conversation starter. Oh, I'm so excited. Next, I looked at the movies, which was like right next to the books in this Goodwill. And I found 2. The first one was the first Mission Impossible, and this is actually a special collector's edition, which is so cool. I was very excited to find this because I feel like whenever I'm looking at DVDs in a Goodwill, I will always find Mission Impossible 2 and 3. And that's it. Like, I never find the first one, and I never find any of the ones after 3, but it's always 2 and 3 in a Goodwill for some reason. So was very happy and very excited to get this one. It has like no scratches, which is literally insane. If you've ever like looked at DVDs in a Goodwill, you know how crazy that is. But I'm very, very happy. So now I have the first 3 Mission Impossible movies, and I low-key do want to collect all of them. But since they're like still coming out, I don't know how likely it is that I'll be able to thrift all of them. Maybe though, I don't know. And on the note of collecting DVDs of a series, I also found Iron Man 3. I am on a journey to collect all of the Marvel movies on DVD, at least up until Endgame. The dream is that I could have every single MCU movie on DVD. I don't know how realistic that dream is, but it is the dream. And then lastly, but not least, I looked at the clothes and I found a singular sweater, but it is so cute. It's this like green striped sweater and it's a little cropped, but we adore her. She's so cute. I love these colors all together. I made like, I'm not even joking, 3 different like outfit ideas in my head when I was trying this on. So I'm very happy with this purchase. And yeah, that is my whole thrift haul. So I guess I went antiquing-ish. And next on the agenda, I am going to be doing something that I actually did in my last Taylor Swift August video, and that is baking. In the last video, I actually made cookies from scratch, but this time around, I'm kind of wanting it to be a little more laid back and a little more relaxed than that. So I just stopped by a store on the way home and got some chocolate chip cookie dough. I will probably end up eating at least one of these pieces before it's cooked. And I don't think that I will do a little montage for making the cookies because I'm also planning to do some like Taylor Swift, folklore, August related TikToks while my cookies are baking. I obviously won't be able to like insert those into this video unless I did it without audio, and that's not as interesting. So you should definitely make sure that you are following my TikTok and or my Instagram, and you can find the videos there. So without further ado, I am going to go and bake at least half of these cookies, and I guess I will see you when they are done and when I am doing a taste test. All right, so the cookies are officially out of the oven. They're just cooling right now. And while they were cooking, like I said, I ended up making some TikToks and I loved how they turned out, but I'm kind of waiting for these to cool. I also, because I was outside filming some of these TikToks, kind of didn't hear the timer go off. So they are a little more brown than like I had anticipated, but that's okay, you know, it happens. And I just got a spatula, so now I'm going to try to pick up one of these and like eat it while it's still relatively like warm, because As much as I love like eating cookies and getting to eat them like the days after I've baked them, there's nothing quite like eating it while the like middle is still warm. I'm gonna be honest, I am a little scared because of like how brown it looks. I'm afraid I baked them for too long, but I also baked it for the minimum amount of time, and I don't think the timer was going on for that long. I don't know, we're about to find out. No, that's a good crunch for sure. That's a good crunch for sure. And the middle is still gooey. We love to see it. So the last thing that I am kind of wanting to do today, I actually won't be like vlogging really. One more hobby of Taylor Swift's is watching TV and movies and such, which again, so relatable. We love to see it. But I'm kind of debating what exactly I want to watch. I could obviously watch like the Eras tour. I feel like that would be very fitting because, you know, Taylor Swift is like the focus of this video. But I could also watch a movie that's like based on a book she really likes, or just a movie that she really likes. I haven't really looked into that though. I have The Great Gatsby on DVD, and I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I'm kind of leaning towards that as well. But since that is the last thing that I'm going to be doing to kind of celebrate August and Taylor Swift and whatnot, I'm obviously not going to show that because it'll just be me watching a movie. Like, that's not really very interesting to watch. And I can't show too much of like a movie that I'm watching because I don't want to get like a copyright strike or anything, obviously. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!